That's right. You can't unsee that now. It's old Dick Nose. What's going on, my tiddy bitch? It's Man the Caveman here. And enough dicking around, okay? Enough of this. We are getting into this review right now over at an Action Station. Let's go. All right, guys. So we got Wingnut and Screwloose from NECA. Yeah. All right. I hate to start the review off on kind of a fuckery type note. I still really like this figure. I'm not going to say that I don't like this figure. I do like this figure. But as you can see right here, the clips on the wings, that broke right off when I was just trying to get the hand in and out. Like, they can go in there. You can see they can go in there. Like, somehow you can maneuver it. But this snapped right off. Is it probably easy to get back on there? Yeah, you can probably glue it, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of versatility or options having him grab those bars without them snapping right off. Is it a big deal? No, it's a clean break, so it shouldn't be that big of a ball buster. Like, let's be real. So we got some grippy hands. Nothing to really grab though. I mean, he could grab the bar now. Like, good luck. Yeah, imagine trying to do that though, and like I said, the thing snapped off very easily. But got two fists, so that's always good to have. He came with an odd set of hands because he came with this kind of more open hand, but that explains this accessory right here, a rock. So you got this cool little rock with some details on it. You know, it's a rock. Really broke the bank on this one, huh, NECA?
Yes!
So you got a rock and a rock throwing hand, which I'm sure you can get it in there if you just kind of wedge it in there. Yeah, and then he's got his rock throwing hand. So, and he came with, you know, Screwloose. So let's move him over. So we'll get into Screwloose real quick. He's got some articulation to him. Leg goes up about that far. Does go back pretty good. It's not like the most articulation. There's a swivel at the glove. Head does have pretty good movement down. Not so much up. Does go all the way around. Arms go all the way around too. The wings move. They're on little ball pegs, so they move around. You can get them in different positions as well. He's got movement at the ankle. So there's a little hinge there and a little bit of a rocker. I don't think there is a boot cut, which is weird that they have a glove cut, but no boot cut. So that's a little... Can you do some splittage? Yeah, you can do some splittage. I'd count him as an extra character. I wouldn't even count him as an accessory. And he does come with this extra piece right here, so he could sit on Wingnut's back. And this plugs in and out very easily. You got to heat it up though, but it does go in and out fairly easily. Just got to heat it up a bit. So all right, I'll do the jetpack first, or the wings and whatever. Just where the bar broke off, like I was able to just pop this out of his back. It does go on his back very easily. That's, you know, thank God. You know, it's very brittle though. It would have been nice if there were hinges on it to make it a lot easier, so then you could have avoided having to break those pieces. I don't think that comes off. No, that does not come off. That does not feel like it comes off. So I definitely snapped that other one off. But they look really good. Like, the details on it are really, really cool. But I still think they could have even... See the line work? They could have put the hinges right there. And that would have worked so much better to grip these and everything, because I had to pop it out the back and slide it out of his hand because I didn't want to break this other bar. But all right, that's enough about the wing pieces here. So let's get into old Dick Nose himself. But yeah, so he looks really good. Nice on the colors. I would definitely suggest heating him up. I threw him in some hot water to move his parts around and everything. So his arms would go all the way around if it wasn't for these shoulder pieces that don't come off. They are flimsy, but they don't come off. So the arms would go all the way around. He does have the hinge at the arm, at the shoulder. He has a bicep swivel, double arms that are a little hindered because of the glove work here. The gloves do not swivel on Wingnut, which makes no sense why they don't swivel on him, but they swivel on Screwloose. I mean, yeah, all right, these move, obviously, because you have to swap the hands in and out. But, I mean, it just would have made sense. Like, especially, like, I mean, the aesthetic is great because everything is incorporated very nicely to where you barely see any breaks. I mean, it looks like he jumped right out of a cartoon or a comic or something, so he looks fantastic. Like, they usually do a pretty good job on that. I mean, unless you're looking in the obvious places, like, you know, to see where the freaking mechanics are and everything. Yeah, so he's got not much of an ab crunch, but there is a swivel in there. So he does get some mobility, like back and forth and everything. He does have an extra swivel there because the belt is a floaty piece. So you can see that right there. There's some scuffage, but that gets covered right up by the belt. Does okay-ish splittage. Goes up about not too far. And back about not too far either. But he has double knees that are also a little hindered because these spikes are killer too. He's got spikes all over him. Messing around with him earlier, my hands were getting so red and beat up. Just trying to just maneuver him around and everything. He's got a rocker at the foot. Is there a thigh cut? Nah, another piece where you would think there would be a thigh cut that would work right there, but there's no thigh cut. There's no boot cut either, which another thing would have been perfect for a freaking boot cut. But he's just got a rocker at the ankle. A toe hinge would have... Another thing. Yet another thing that would have been easily concealed by the way the design is. Like, right here at his foot. Could have given him a toe hinge. But he does have some mobility at the feet. He stands just fine. Like, just a little bit. Look, see, barely even tried. He does stand, so no problems on that. He looks really cool. The paintwork is good. This is like just a wild face. You know, he's even got like the drooling on him and stuff. Like, he looks really good. I really like, you know, I'm digging it because he kind of reminds me of that version, the Tournament Fighter one. You know, and they stopped doing those, right? They stopped doing the video game ones for some reason. Like, I still didn't open that Armagon. Freaking the shark guy, and he's from Tournament Fighters, and they should have really did that whole line because that Shredder is awesome. That freaking Rat King is awesome. There's some cool characters in there. I think they could have did. But all right, let's move on with the review, and we'll do some size comparisons. And here's our wacky duo with some more NECA guys. We got Choate from the Mirage line and Slash from the Turtles in Time video game line. And here he is with a couple of Joy Toy figures, the 1/18th scale. Got some, I don't remember these guys' names. I just started building out my little robot army I got going on. And here's our wacky duo just to round it out. We got a standard size Marvel Legend, Captain America, and a standard size McFarlane figure, Red Hood. So all in all, I'm digging him. I dig him. I think he's cool. You know, old Dick Nose here. I think he's cool. I think he's a cool, wacky, goofy piece, and it just shows that, you know, there could be like gripes or things that just, you know, don't like. But I mean, everything like works with these characters, like the colors, the aesthetic. Like, could the articulation be a little better? Of course. Could stuff not have broken? Yeah, but it's it's just like the way you look at stuff, and like the presentation definitely helps. The price point isn't bad considering like the how price points are just all over the place now. I don't know what's going on with that. That is just it's just crazy with the price points and stuff. But he looks damn cool. He's a wacky, cool addition to any Ninja Turtle collection for sure. And yeah, I'm happy with him. You know, no real like angry complaints on him. You know, like shit happens, things break. You know, it is what it is. But I really like him. He looks cool, and yeah. So I mean, you can snatch him up now. He's popping up at Target now if you want to add him to your collection. And you guys know me, always on the lookout for cool stuff to bring to you. Always calls it how I sees it. And I'll catch you guys next time in the cave.